Alright, good evening. It's Sunday, February 21st, just after 7 p.m. I'm going to do a little bit of a little study session, kind of get ready for the week ahead, look a little bit back on the week we just had, and let me turn down my volume a little bit so there's no more feedback. And then at the end, I want to do a little bit of charting. I want to kind of focus on the charting aspect of things a little bit. The market's changing. I can see it. Things are definitely acting a little bit different than they were the last few weeks. So, here's going to be that time, right? So you've got a lot of new traders in since COVID took place, right? COVID completely changed the market between the stimulus, between people being out of work. I guess that's really the gist of it. But then you had apps like Robinhood blow up, Weeble's blown up, all these free brokers came out, right? So many things happened in the last, honestly, couple of years that have led up to this, right? Because you had all these main brokers, TD Ameritrade, let me think, I know Interactive Brokers. I mean, you just Google free broker, they're all out there, right? With all these free trades. All right, it's almost like they knew this was coming, but anyway, so you have all these brokers with these free trades. And then all of a sudden you get COVID, which shuts down work for so many people. And then you give these people a bunch of money, and so many threw it in the market, right? Mostly the younger generation, my age and below, threw that money in the market and have been taking YOLO trades. And if you're on Twitter at all, in the financial side of Twitter, you'll notice that there's been a rise of new trading superstars and so on and so forth. And here's where things are going to change, right? The market's changing, there's no doubt about it. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, the market's going to change. And a lot of these faces are going to start to disappear. All right, I've been screenshotting some of the posts I see that just, to me, are just signaling that we are beyond in a bubble, beyond at a top. So, there's going to be a lot of changing. And I think there's some people that are just going to give back most of the money and quit and just call it a day. They never really wanted to be traders. They just saw an easy way to make money, and it worked. The market's going to take that money back from most of them. All right. That's the market's job. Always has been, always will be. However, I think being as popular as that became, right, I believe that we're going to see some people who've started trading since COVID that want to stick around. All right. They want to try and either supplement their income or become full-time traders. All right. There's nothing harder than becoming a full-time trader. This is a market where 90% of people have lost their money, right? And as far as you go back in trading, 90% of traders lose money. Right now we're in a market where 90% of traders are making money, right? That's a big swing. If you talk to maybe you're making money, maybe you're making good money, maybe you talk to a couple of people at work, there's a bunch of people who probably have a green portfolio right now. Right? That's especially beating the S&P. Right? There's people, I know a guy at work, he's got 50% up on the month in his portfolio. Others that are 20, 30, 40% up. Right? These things don't generally happen. All right? This is part of this shift in the market. And I said, I believe we're starting to see the curve now. All right? A lot of these pre-market moves, they're still running up early in pre-market, but they tend to sell off a little bit into the bell. Dips are getting bigger, squeezes are getting rougher, but they're shorter. So there is definitely a bit of a shift taking place in the market here. So we saw a little bit of that this week. So let's see. I want to take a little bit of a recap over the week here. Let's see. I want to see. Let me just bring up some of the things I traded. Let's look at some of this week's trades. Alright, so this week was started on the 15th. Okay, so it was, yes, SCKT, that was a good one. Okay. SCKT, SNDL. Oh, I gotta start bringing a pen. Just bring up a notepad. Alright, so this week we had SCKT, SNDL, or some of the good ones. AVGR, GTEC, Riot, that was a good one. Riot was a really good one for me. Watt, which was not a good one for me. So let's see. Overall, I did come out ahead on the week, but Watt was a big hit, erased a lot of the week. Luckily, I had a really nice trade on Riot that ate up most of that Watt mistake. I'm not gonna call it a mistake, just a trade that didn't work, right? All right, cool. So anyway, take a little bit of a look at the week, and then let's see here. So I want to look at the week. All right, I talked a little bit about the trend that I see changing, but as I'm looking through the week, we'll kind of go into that a little bit. What I've seen changing. I'm going to talk about this new squeeze setup that's been happening right now. This new, it's a wicked squeeze, and it's been hitting a lot of these shorts pretty hard. So we'll talk about that squeeze setup that I've been kind of watching. All right, and then what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to build a layout on Webull. Webull is 100% free. So I was thinking about, and just before I jumped on the stream, I was thinking, did I want to build it in TC2000 or TradingView? Both of those are paid platforms, and I decided I'm going to go with Webull. All right, although it's not the best platform. All right, if you're serious about trading, you're going to want to get good tools. Webull is, if you compare it to some of the others, right? If you compare it to the web version of TD Ameritrade, if you compare it to it's 100 times better than Robinhood. All right, if anybody's still on Robinhood, just get out of there. Get out of Robinhood. At the very least, go to Webull. Maybe Interactive Brokers. If you want to stick with free trading, right? Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade, even Bank of America has a Merrill Edge, which is a pretty good platform. I believe those are free as well. All right, if you want to stick with free, there are other options other than Webull. Get away from Webull. There's no possible way you can use it to plan trades and trade properly. The execution times are terrible. It's just it's just annoying. I use it a little bit for options, which I've been experimenting with some options on the market. But other than that, that's the gist of it with Robinhood. So if you're on Robinhood, still get off Robinhood. Move over to, at the very least, Webull. At least so you can start doing a little bit of charting and basics like that. So, that being said, let me move over here. Hang on a sec. Let's take a look. Bear with me a second, and we're going to take a look at some charting, or some trades from this week. Okay. Let me turn off. Let's see how the market's doing tonight. So, futures just kind of dangling here. Right? Just want to see. Opened up, light gap up, pushed up, and sold off hard. It's kind of just hanging out here right now. Unchanged, more or less, right now at the moment. So that's the futures. Okay. All right, so this week, where's my notepad? There, my notepad. So we had SCKT, that was a great one. And this fills into that, what I was talking about, so. This is beautiful. SCKT was just great all week long. this was, I believe, Tuesday. I don't think we've had took any trades Monday. So SCKT was just unbelievable in pre-market. So of course, like always, started the day bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning, up around $3. All right, mind you, this is all on the 16th. So $3, opened up around 10, nice little dip. First push was 13, right, and it started to fall back. And this is a perfect example of this new squeeze. So in the past, anything that came from, let's say, $14 and pulled down to 10, you have a $4 move on this, and this thing is dead. Shorts have covered, they've taken profit, longs are so upside down, nobody's still holding. This thing was dead. It had that kind of a pullback. All right, now we've seen this where it kind of pulls back pretty steady without any type of a pop, and then it just starts to stabilize. Right, and then you get that light little bit higher low, and then another drop, higher low, and then there's just this explosive set of pops. So this first one here that clears everyone that were shorting these highs, boom, they're now upside down. All right, and it gives that light pullback there, right? No chance to escape. If you were short anywhere through here, no chance to escape. And then just one to two candles pop straight through the top. Now everybody had a great short through here, underwater, no chance to escape. Same thing here, pops up, deep underwater, no chance to escape. All right, this has become a golden goose long right here. This thing right here. When you cross this and you see that this, has been unbelievable. So when you're seeing this setup lately on these intraday moves with a deep, it has to have a deep enough pullback, right? It has to come pretty far off the highs and then stabilize. Slow crawl up, break one, break two. We're seeing a lot of that. We're going to do it again when we get to Watt, and I believe there was another example. So anyway, that was a CKT. I liked this trade off the market. I just missed this entry right here, this pullback down. Didn't quite get to what I was looking for. I did get a trade off through here from red to green on that, what I call red to green, okay, just based on the color of my lines. Did not hold, missed out on all of that beautiful trading. I mean, again, this thing went from, let's see, hang on, $4 roughly, give or take, a little less than $4, $3.50, as high as $35, $34.95. That's ridiculous. So we're still getting these just awesome moves. I'm thinking we're going to see more of them. I'm hoping it's not over yet. And even if it is, there will be some here and there, okay? But just absolute awesome. And then now something I kind of stopped doing for a while that I'm going to bring back into my trading is doing a watch list at the end of the night, okay? It could be with a pen and a paper. You can use your software. Really, as long as, something I want to keep an eye on now are these big movers on the next few days. They've been pretty clean, nice short setups. All right, so I wouldn't even think to short something at $16 that was 35 yesterday, but it's clean as can be, right? If you use the lines properly, clean as can be. And then again, same idea here onto Thursday. Line switch bias to a long. Easy and beautiful longs. And then again the short. Clean as can be. So just real nice trading all around on SCKT. SNDL. Alright, this was a hype name for months. Well, for about a month. Broke a buck. Alright. This is the daily on SNDL. Right, this thing had a bunch of hype, pushed up towards $1, and even on the daily, right, they're following the same patterns, and then did the same thing. Big pop, killed shorts, popped again, and ran right up. It's the same thing, whether it's the daily, the 3, the 15, it's the same pattern over and over I'm seeing. All right, but anyway, so they got it over $1, had to hold over $1 to gain compliance through the net, through listing. And then I believe this day here, right? 11th or the 10th. The 10th is when it really started to get popular with the Wall Street Bets crowd. I mean, it was really starting to hold, push up $2.50, $3. I believe it was this day that hit $5 in pre-market. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, it was that day. Okay. Alright, so this was the day. After this move here, up through $3. Remember, everybody at work started talking about it. Got all over the Wall Street Bets, all that kind of stuff. All right, huge move, gap up into the pre-market, and just beautiful follow through. Literally tapped like 480. I thought it was just those 497. Okay, so 487, and fell apart. All right. Almost no bounce in sight. So we did short this a couple times throughout the week. This is a short for me, and again, following the system, it was clean as can be, even on the shorter side. Where's that day? Boop. That beautiful day. So clean as can be as a short, right? Opened up, pushed right up, and just washed. I did get that trade off. That was a nice trade, and then kind of left it alone from there. I didn't get the full move. I covered out right through here, right? So it pushed up, whoop, washed right there, covered, and I was done. That was it for me on SNDL. Keeping an eye on SNDL now. I'm unsure where we're going from here. Right now, if I had to guess tomorrow, I'd like to see it gap up around this $1.50 range, $1.60, hang out through here into the pre-market, and then we'll go from there, right? If it gaps down, forget about it, look for a pop to short. Otherwise, I'd like to see how it develops throughout tomorrow morning. So let me bring up my new watch list. Okay, so I am going to put SNDL on there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and I want to talk a little bit about one other thing too before we go. I'm going to talk about scanners. Let me grab a pen. Alexa, turn the office light to 75%. Alright, wanted to grab a pen here. Scanners. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about scanners too. Oh, oops. That's kind of a little tough to look at actually. Alexa, turn the office light to 35%. Alexa, turn the office light to 25%. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, let's take a look now. So, back to, alright, so SNDL, again, I'm going to watch that this week. I want to see if, like I said, I want to see us stabilize. Let's get one a little bit dimmer. Let's see. Well, again, stabilize through here, and I'd like to see it for a leg up. Let's see. Who's next? All right, after that, we had ABGR. That was a good one this week. That was a short, but beautiful. This was the pre-market stuff I'm talking about. This was the day. So this was the 18th. Switch down to the 3. Move our way back. Here we go. Look at this. So this is that 4 o'clock run up. I've been talking about putting a little money into my Webull account just to trade these short where I can. These Seems to be the same thing every day. This 4:30 in the morning, market's open, you got this thing that's up 100%, and it just fades right back down. Perfect setup, and then just the most beautiful long. You could just wait this out and just take that long. They're just easy, beautiful longs. If it starts losing your averages, it doesn't work. But right now 9 out of 10 they do, so it's a nice trade to take. And this one, in this price range, I don't mind these pre-market trades. Once you start getting into a 500% gap on a stock that is, gone from $1 or less, right? And you're sitting up near $5, those pre-market trades, I won't touch them. I don't care how great they've been working. At some point, they're going to halt. All right, that's when the market's going to shift. They're going to halt. I'm just changing my light here in the office. It's driving me crazy. So anyway, at some point, they're going to halt and open up back down where they came from. And if you have 1,000 shares on at $5 and it opens up at about 80 cents, that's going to be troubling. That's going to blow accounts, and it's coming. All right. So mark my words, within the next 2 weeks, we're going to see one of those. Because what happens is, when the market starts shifting, as we've been seeing, it is shifting now. All right. If you're in the markets every day, you see it. The market is shifting. The moves aren't as powerful. They're not as spread out. They're a little more concentrated, a little more controlled. Okay. So that being said, when the market starts shifting, these companies want to take advantage of whatever they can to sell off their shares and make the most money they can before the market completely changes. And that's when we're going to start seeing these nasty news halts. All right, they're going to halt for news, and then they're going to open up 300-400% down. It's going to happen. All right, so anyway, ABGR, beautiful pre-market move, and then clean as can be short. All right, so short right in and down. A little sketchy when you're closing above, right? You're closing above, but we did have a nice negative divergence going, so that gave us the confidence to hold through. All right. If this next candle would have broken that high, that would have been the end of it. This was a close one, but nonetheless, you could also exit out and then re-enter through here, right? Once you fell right back down. But anyway, beautiful trade. I really liked AVGR. And I know some, if you're watching this and you're saying, well, okay, you're saying do this, do that. What is this and that? Get into that as time goes on. I'm just talking about the trade. We're going to get into charting. All right, so let's see. G-Tech. That was, let me see. Yeah, this one was nice too. This is, again, one of those pre-markets. Look at this. Same. Now, this one I couldn't do because of the gap sizing. The same thing. Right? Crazy run up, fades down, big push up. That doesn't look like much, but that right there is $20 to $28. Ridiculous. These are the wicks that terrify me. And I don't remember that was 8 o'clock candle, so that wasn't real, but still. Right, and then this one here, watch this. All right, we're going to do this again. Cross. Pop. Short. 1776. As low as, the real cover here is, you'd probably cover half here. 1640. Finally at 1550. These are multi-point trades like nothing. So beautiful. All right, so let's go and see where we're at now with this thing. Same as a couple of the others here. Now G-Tech is starting to balance out. It did one of those moves, right? But it did pull back and give some escape. So this could be one. Let's look at the daily. This is a good one to watch for short, actually. G-Tech. Alright, so I'm going to put that on there. This thing doesn't let you add notes, huh? Oh, sorry. Okay. So we get a nice little push up on here. Okay. And we get a little push through, stabilization push up into $13 here. there? A little over 13. That could be a good attempt for a short. We got some ways to go here. Riot was beautiful. RIOT. Man, this thing is crazy. I don't think this one's done. This thing follows crypto. So, you can see how long ago. I mean, I used to trade this thing down the $5 to $6 range. Insane moves. I did catch a short on it on the 18th. So we'll look at that. I want to look at the 18th real quick. This was the short I caught right here. Okay. So big fade at the open, didn't trade the open. All right, we got that push up, one of my favorite push ups, and then got short and covered right here. And I missed all of that. But this is the one that scared me. When it came back up, if I were holding, this would have started to scare me because we did get the up cross on this, and that's always terrifying. So, but this is a good clean trade. Riot at this time. It's kind of stabilizing. I think there's a lot of shorts in here. We're hoping for more leg down, so we'll see where that gap's at the morning. So put that back on my list too. AVGR I think is dead. I'm not gonna really put that on the list. And then Watt. This was my big loser this week. But this is that same idea with that squeeze that we've been seeing. There's a beautiful trade here in the morning. I did see this. We were talking about this a little bit on stream. Right, beautiful push up from 450 up towards 8. Same thing. Pop up, comes down, runs up right off the green line, just like it's been doing. All right, unfortunately with this one, I was looking in the when the bell opened, I tried to grab it for the red push, failed, washed right down, stopped out, and gave up on it. Now, I could have gone for the short here, okay, but I didn't. Well, actually, first of all, I max loss stop. I have a very tight max loss stop on my account. So two things happened. One, if you're watching my Friday stream, I do not trade Fridays. Fridays was when I had that big account blower that took me out of the market for 2 years, and really has given me some serious market PTSD, which is why I still to this day I'm trading small size and working my way back up through consistency. Right, when I sit, once my statistics have me in an 80% batting average, is when I start to size in. I crossed 80% again this week, and I was starting to size in. I sized into Riot, worked out well. Sized into Watt, didn't work. So, see where we are tomorrow. All right, but anyway, long story short, it washed down. Tried to get long here, washed out on me. Tough hit, and that blew my max loss on the day. My max loss is set to $200. It takes nothing for me to get max lost on the day, and that's it. I'd rather walk away off of something like that than keep trying to fight it, and continue to lose more money as I did in the past. So, and believe me, I tried, right? I got ready to take another trade on Friday without even really thinking through it. It was one that, when I looked at pre-market, we were dead on stream about taking it, didn't take it on the stream, and then that wouldn't have worked as well. So that's kind of why I set a max loss. Once I take a hit, I'm good for the day. I'd rather, save that mental energy for the next round, right? Next day, sleep it off, do it again. But let me tell you something, losing on Friday sucks. Going into the weekend on a loss sucks. So, but anyway, so that was Watt. Now, about Watt though, Watt did one of these squeezes we've seen. So this was a little more unique, but it did this, so I did a couple of them. And this part surprised me, but it washed out, light pop, right? You can get short there, started to push down, and then a big pop up. But then this is weird, you've got a lot of fade, you've got this fade here. Right? But then we start building, right? It just doesn't want to break this level. It keeps trying, wick, keeps trying, wick. Look at these little wicks in here, right? If we jump in, right? Tries to push, break, push, break, push, break, push, break, push. Right? Starting to make a little high, fade back down, but push, push. And then this one here is just a quick wick down, and a push down, and a rip back up to the top. And then again, same idea. So you get everybody who was short in this looking for that continuation. Light little pullback, pop. All right, now they're all underwater. Same thing. Now you have everybody who is shorting through here. Same idea. Wick, 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 wick. A lot of these guys you can see covering. Pop. Now they're all underwater. No chance to escape. Right now you got everybody who is short through here. Light pullback, pop, 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 and then it pushed up. I guess it just pulled back a little bit. I guess it got enough people shaking out there. Now it's starting to trend into the lines. Right, same idea. Pop. Everybody here short, underwater. Boom. Now everybody's underwater. Right, everybody's underwater. Now keep it. This is what makes these moves, right? And it's funny. I was looking at one of these new high-profile traders. Right, this chick had a write-up in one of these newspapers. She's been trading since COVID. Give me a break. But anyway, that being said, all right, just talking about, I hate shorts. Shorts don't, blah, blah. How can you short? It's something you don't belong, blah, 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 this, that, bashing, shorting, so on and so forth, right? So I'll talk about this here. You know what makes these moves are the shorts, right? Because now everybody here who was shorting is underwater. Everybody who was buying these lower highs is comfortable. But then you get these teleport moves, which is what I call these, right? It just blows everybody that was short out. Everyone that's short is now instantly underwater. There is no pullback, no chance to cover. So the only thing that happens is an explosive move to the upside. My boss is texting me. Even with this light pullback here, all right, same thing. Everybody starts reshort. All right, there we go. It blew off the top, right? There we go. Let's get short. Start shorting these little pushes. Teleport, light pullback. Does not let them out. Explosive move to the top. I mean, if you simply learn this one setup right now, it's happening over and over and over and over and over and over. All right, so this thing, after fading all that time down towards $4, ran as high as $7.80. Pissed me off. But let's see, where'd we end up for the day there. That was Friday. Pulled back down into the 620s. We'll keep an eye on this Monday. I don't like trading a stock I lost on the next time it goes, the next day. I'd like to clear that off my list, so I'm not going to put that on my stop watch list. There's a lot of other things to trade, but there's probably some people still here holding short, okay, hoping for a push back. So if we get a light little, something like that, right? Do I have my little squiggle guy? Oh, he's gone, huh? Oh well. Man, I liked that little guy. Is this him? Nope. Okay. Anyway, forget it. Oh wait, this guy. Okay, so we get a little something like this. Down. Right through here, a double dip, and I'd look for a big move through here, there, something like that. Probably once you get to here, light pull, and then another teleport. Right, that's one option I'm seeing there. All right, so something like that would be something to look for in Watt, but I'm not going to get involved with Watt because it pissed me off Friday, took a hit, a lot of other good stuff to trade. Yeah, whatever, get away from me. Okay. Alright, so now let's go take a look. And that's what? That's it for that. Okay. So that's everything from last week that we were trading, that I traded. VCNX. This was the one from pre-market on Friday. This is the one I really wanted to get long on, but just couldn't pull it off. Didn't quite get the pull I was looking for at the open. Too bad. And again, big pop up, green line, and away we go in the pre-market, all right? Unfortunately, at the open, I wanted a little more of a pull. I wanted to come back down to my green again and then run up. I just missed it. no luck there. Where I say the market is changing, right, is some of these, right? So again, same idea with that teleport, you know, shorts are trapped, all right, but this big washout here worked and it pushed up. This big washout never came back. So I'm sure a ton of people bought this long, looked for that opening washout or that washout long. All right, there's a chat room that's very popular to play these. I'm sure the mod played this one, got everyone hyped. So everyone took this one. I'm assuming that's the chat room that got caught, and it just unwound, dead play. Okay, so that's not going on. Watch. Geez, that's a lot. All right, I gotta take a look at that in a few minutes. All right. So anyway, all right. Bear with me a moment. All right. So that's the squeeze steps. Now, what I want to talk about to end the session with a little bit of what do you want to call it? Some sort of a value add tool or some training. All right. Here's Weeble. Fresh install. I even installed it just so I can have a fresh install version of it, so that I can start from scratch. Okay. So this is Weeble. If you've never seen it before, you can download it. I think you do need to create an account, right, to get your live market data. And then it's pretty cheap to upgrade. You can get level 2 access. I keep it on here just because it's so inexpensive. It's like, I mean, under $5 a month, I believe. I have my level 2 obviously with my DOS, but I mean, for the few dollars a month, it has a nice tree, and it's handy on the cell phone as well. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. Right, so let me go. So when you're going to be building a chart in Weeble, all right, you go into this customize tool, and this is what you'll be presented with. All right, your first time using it. So you're going to go to blank layout. All right, we're going to start with a blank layout, and let's add our chart. Okay. We're not going to talk about trading today. We're just going to talk about the chart. So I'm not going to talk about putting in things like the order book. I don't even know what that is. Brokers have no idea what that is. I have level 2, but whatever. All right, we're not going to talk about that. I'll figure out what that is. Remove that. Go away. All right, we're not going to put in trade orders, anything like that. Just going to work on the chart today, so you guys can start watching charts, because I think you need to watch charts before you trade off a chart. Okay, so they give you a little moving average. Get rid of it. Okay, we'll chart the SPY. It's here. It's easy. All right, so we'll just do that. I'm gonna right click it. All right, and I'm going to, let's see, drawings, line style, chart settings. Let's see what we have. So I'm gonna bring up my chart. I'm going to right away turn on my extended hours. All right, you can do show high-low price. That's nice. You can overlap the volume. That's easy. I don't like the flashing light gimmick. I think they got rid of it being a default on in the newer version. All right, so you can highlight the indicator values. I'm going to turn that off. All right, for now. You can turn it on later. Show corporate actions. No, we don't need that. And then the grid lines are up to you if you like them or don't like them in the chart. So there we go. So there's our chart. Okay. Nice and clean. Pretty basic. All right. So let's start adding things. So moving average. You just tap it right there. I believe you can also click indicators right here. Okay. Moving average. You click this. Now you can turn off moving average and come up to EMA for exponential moving average. All right, now I'm going to do a couple of different lengths. All right, so we're going to do a 13, 21. All right, let's do this. This is the best way to do it. A second here. I'm gonna look something up for you guys real quick. This is how I got started. Okay, so there it is. All right, so 13, 21. We're gonna skip. Oh no, we're not. Okay, so 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144. There we go. That is it. That's the one. Okay. All right, so then you're gonna go to style. All right, so I'll stop here for a minute so you can see those numbers. And by the way, if you're wondering what that is, those are the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. You'll find that, although I don't believe in the Fibonacci tool, I think the Fibonacci is just a fascinating sequence, and I think there's some weight to it. Alright, so now our style, let's turn them all on. Alright, you gotta make sure they're all on. And then pick your colors. For my light term, my short term, you know, let's do, let's see. We'll just do a nice little big blue. 21, we'll do a green. Okay. 34, we'll do a, let's do like a, let's see, something nice, like a pink. Alright, now I'm taking to 50s. I want to get towards red, starting a little bit darker. 89. We'll use, what did I not use yet? Use whatever colors you want. Just, you know, it doesn't really matter. You're going to get to know them over time. Do white and 144 yellow. Okay. Done. Where'd they go? What did I do wrong? Try this again. Why did that do that to me? Hang on a second. So again, let's do this again. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so 13. Sorry guys, again. 21, 34, 55, 89, and 44. Okay. Turn it on. Now for whatever reason it's working. Okay. I like the colors we picked out better. So let's just do a couple quick ones real quick. Green, blue, get to the reds. Let's see, 89, we'll do white. 34, we're gonna do pink, right? Yeah, pink, red, green, blue, pink, red, white, and yellow. Okay, so now it's working. And we're done. Alright, so now we are set up. Okay, you can skip every other for a while if you'd like. Alright, if you want to turn off, right, you could turn off every other. Right, so you can turn off that one. No, maybe 13, 34, 89. There you go, that's the way to do it. If you want to start with something a little more simple, that works well too. Alright, but these are all the numbers you may eventually want to introduce yourself. But actually, I think it might be a good idea to start simple. So you know all the numbers. These are all the numbers to use. But let's start with this nice simple setup. Okay. Let's also switch our time. This gives you a 1 minute, a 5 minute. I don't suggest using much less than a 5. You can use a 3, but I don't think Webull gives you a 3 yet. So if you want to use a 1, right, you might want to turn off even that earlier, smaller number. Right, you might start with like a 34. Okay, but I'm talking about the 5 here. Okay, and then all I want you to do is just watch it. Watch how they cross. Right, so your blue and your red is going to be your short, long indicator. All right, so blue under red would be a short. So you're looking to pop into these. All right, blue over red will be the long. Okay, and just get used to swatching this. Don't try and make a strategy yet. Just make note of how they react to these lines, right? And then little by little, bring in another one. Okay, bring in like your 34. Let's see how that starts to react, right? Maybe that could be a zone when you start shorting into the pop. Okay, so start there and just simply start making notes on how things work. Start with 3 and then add more in as you go. Right. There's a reason I use moving averages over anything else, all right? You won't see me often draw trend lines. Trend lines fail and break. Moving averages don't always work, but all right, there's a reason I use these. All right, you gotta think of who's trading the market. People, but who trades more than people? Computers. How do computers trade the market? Math. What is moving averages? It's an average of the math of what's being done. So that's why I like them, and that's why I use them. All right. So that's where I want you to get started. If you have never done charting before, start with this. We'll get into a little more advanced things, some support and some resistance, which is pretty simple stuff. It really is. But I just start with this here and pay attention to what happens when your blue crosses your red crosses your blue, when you're above yellow, when you're below yellow, things like that. All right. I'll make a difference in your trading exponentially. I got a friend at work who has never used a chart at all in his trading. Now he's using a little bit of a chart and he's helping his entries. So, and he's a new COVID trader, right? That's like everybody who just started out post-COVID. All right, guys, so that's tonight's stream. We're gonna wrap it up there. Just shy of an hour. That's a bit of time there. But anyway, so that's gonna be it for tonight. I'll be on, of course, tomorrow morning. Fire up the screens bright and early, 6:30-ish, 6:45, 7 o'clock latest. Get the screens up and running, and we'll take a look at what's going on. So we'll run through the morning watch list and maybe a little 9:15 commentary on the action, walking it into the bell, maybe get a trade, and go on with our day. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it.